Welcome to the Answer Ever podcast where Philly old heads talk sports. Oh my God, we had a doozy. Please like, please follow, please subscribe to our page. It helps a lot. Thanks everybody for watching. I wanted to mention that we are on YouTube now. So anybody that's using that platform, please like us, subscribe, share so that our page can grow. We really, really appreciate it. Listen, this was a tough game. I really want to get into all the details. Game 7 at home, not good. We're gonna first go to Big Ski, the landscaper. Ski, what did you think about the game, big guy?
Well, what happened? What happened? I don't know. We were supposed to win the game, right? And then we didn't. We have to do something. I'm gonna lean a little bit of a direction to, I'm a Doc Rivers fan, but his playoff strategy didn't go as expected, and I didn't really agree with it either. But that's pretty much what I think happened. We lost. I don't know, that's it. I don't know.
It was ugly.
I don't know. So I don't know what you guys think. What do you think?
Listen, it was a disgusting loss. It might have been one of the worst losses in franchise history. Literally, we lost to Atlanta. Ah, man, it's crazy. Let's go to Quaz. Quaz, what did you think, brother?
Yeah. Wait. Hold on 1 second.
Wait a minute.
What? 5 for 21? Okay. Yeah. Right. See, it is what it is. I am who I am. I did my part. I held down, Trae Young to like averaging 30 points every night. I mean, the guy can't even face us without a face mask. Are you serious? And it is what it is. It is what it is because nobody is getting in your ass like they should be. It shouldn't be. It is what it is. Why we lost is because the tempo was set by look at Ben, right, point blank under the court. Are you serious? I'm a hater, and I didn't put it this way. I hate him so much. I hate his game so much. It didn't even surprise me when he dished the ball to Matisse. It didn't even surprise me. I was surprised by the reaction. Shoot, I seen that all year long. I seen point blank shots be turned over to somebody else. But if somebody hits the shot, he gets off the hook for that stuff. But I mean, clearly we're going to talk about it tonight. But man, we ain't supposed to be out in the second round, cuz that's just the bottom line.
I agree with you 100%. 100%. I really want to get Lil Ski's opinion. Lil Ski, what you think of this game, bro?
I was disgusted. I was down at the game. I was at Xfinity Live right out at the stadium. I mean, at the arena. I was right there with all the fans and everybody.
So you felt it all.
It was my first experience, like at being at a bar. I just turned 21. My first experience down there. I was like, all right, we gotta win tonight.
I'm not old enough for a 21-year-old just to say.
But I was there. We was all down there. I was like, we gotta win. It ain't no way we losing to the Hawks at home.
Right.
And it's just at the end of the game, I just started feeling it. We was not making our shots. Yes. Trae Young was making his at the end, even though at the beginning of the game he was off, but at the end he was making them, and we was all devastated down there. So, but I can't wait to get into these topics to talk about what's next and what we gonna do in the future. So let's go.
Got you. Well, let me give my little snippet of what I think. First of all, you never lose Game 7 at home. I don't care what happens. You can't lose Game 7 at home. That's why we got home field advantage. That's why we worked all season so that we can get home field advantage. And then boom, we lose it in Game 7, and we earned that right, and then we just gave it away. So never lose Game 7, and basically, especially to Atlanta. First of all, Atlanta. Come on, man. This is horrible. This is horrible.
Fifth seed.
The fifth seed. We gave the game away. We usually take over at the mid fourth quarter. It never happened. We never went on that run. You know, we never got that little 8 to 10, maybe 12-point run where we just get them and then we go up and then we fight it out toward the end. Usually that's what happens. It never happened. And like you said, Trae Young just came up big at the end, and it's horrible. It's horrible. So let's get to the questions, gentlemen. Let's get to the questions. This is what we came here to do. This is what we came here to talk about. What happened? What are the reasons we lost? I'm going to go to you, Lil Ski, first. What you think?
It got to our head. We thought we were good. That's what happened. We thought we were better than we were. We thought we could beat Atlanta. We can just roll into the series. All right, we're looking forward to Brooklyn. At the time, Brooklyn wasn't really injured yet. So when we came out of the Washington series, we was like, all right, we can beat Atlanta. We're not worried about Atlanta. We're worried about Brooklyn or Milwaukee. But what we saw very quickly is that we can't just look past this team. Game 1, they was up 28 points, and that's because we came out not ready to play because we thought we were just better than them because we were the number 1 seed. That is one of the main reasons why we lost this series. The second reason is obviously we don't have somebody who can get a shot off the dribble. We have the best center in the league, one of the best centers in the league, but he needs somebody to get him the ball. He needs somebody to help him score more than just 25 a game, which we were getting from Tobias at first. We need someone else that can score 30 like him. And our third problem is Doc Rivers not being able to adjust. He didn't adjust when I think he should have, and that kind of rolled over into the series, and it just laid the foundations for why we're not in the playoffs anymore. So those are my 3 reasons.
Got you. Listen, my opinion, the main reason we lost was Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons' energy. It's not even his play. Like, his play wasn't bad, like terrible on defense and stuff like that. But like, he did miss. He didn't take open shots when he was supposed to. But I think I deal in energies a little bit. I think I know energies, and this dude's energy is terrible. It's not, first of all, it's not Philly at all. Like, it's Philly, we're grinded out, we're pounders. We'd rather you run into the fence and get hurt for 6 weeks than you act, you know what I mean? Like, then you act like a punk, you know what I mean? So basically, Ben Simmons' energy is terrible. Him passing up shots just infects everybody. It makes everybody hesitant. Everybody's not feeling like positive, go forward, push. When you got basically 4-on-5 basketball. And it's not because sometimes it's like Dennis Rodman. You can kind of deal with Dennis Rodman because you know he's going to give you something. But every night, Ben he's just not the guy. He needs to either grow up or get traded. One or the other, it just has to happen. So my second reason is Doc. Doc was terrible. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, I don't know what the assistant coaches are doing out there. They got to talk to this dude. Yo, you can't leave the bench guys in with one starter for like 6 minutes in the second quarter. They're coming back or they're taking the lead, and then he does it again towards the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth, and we could take over in those times if we had the starters in. It's games. First of all, let's talk about just game 7. It's game 7. Why are we playing 10 people? Why? What is the point? I don't understand. Every other team plays 7 dudes max. No more. We got 10 dudes out there. In a game 7, we got to have the starters play damn near 48. So that Doc, his rotations, terrible. And basically, those are the reasons that I think. What do you think, Big Scheme?
Look, I mean, I'm a defender of Doc. I am. He tripping. That was horrible. That was horrible. He doesn't sub right. It's like he just does it because he wants to. It's like, no, stop. It's okay. They got this. No, it's okay. You can take them out. It's okay. I understand. It's okay. But, I'm going to say something here that's just going to go. Nate McMillan outcoached him.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, he's black too, so I ain't that mad at him. But that's all that really happened. He didn't win up against one of his boys. Because they boys.
Sure.
They the black.
Not many black coaches.
They boys. Nate McMillan and Trae Young. Because I'm getting ready to go with he might be Iverson or Curry kind of together because he don't dunk like Iverson, but his heart is like Iverson. But he shoot like Curry, not quite like Curry, but oh my God. Oh my God, he don't care. But Nate McMillan is who's doing that. So that's what I got.
And then and here's the thing is Nate McMillan actually really didn't even have to throw his second pitch. When you think about it, the first reason I got down here for why we lost is Doc's inability to come up with something to slow down that pick and roll game. They hammered us on that all series long. All those easy dunks, those easy looks on the inside. Like I said, he had Joel Embiid on a yo-yo for 7 games. He could never catch up to what Trey was doing. You got to defend that differently. You can't just keep doing it the way you're doing it. And then once they do get it, where's our guy crashing behind? If Joe picks up Capella, well, who's picking up? Who's crashing behind there? He never got the handle on that. The second reason is because Tobias Harris blew so many bunnies. If you take those easy layups that he missed throughout the course of the game, we already won that game. He must have missed like 4 of them in the second half. Easy layups that he typically make, and that's from him being nervous and truthfully. Not that real number 2 that you need. That number 2 has got to be able to fill in for Joe when Joe start running out of juju and his little energy. That guy, that Robin has got to step in. Tobias Harris showed it during the regular season, but he was unable to do it in the playoffs. And the third reason I got is for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, I know y'all talking about him missing the pass. And Zai, you're right. His energy level sucks at times. It really do. But here's the problem. Why we got to go so deep on the bench is because we got a point guard who do not score. How many times I got to say that? We got his backup, Matisse Thybulle, averages 7 points. Between the 2 of them, you get in 12 to 14 points. You need to find scoring somewhere. You can't shorten your bench with a Ben Simmons at point guard. So the reasons, in my opinion, 1, Doc, he never adjusted to that pick and roll. 2, Tobias Harris came up real small when we needed him. And 3, Ben Simmons threw everything out of whack. Everything.
All right, let me comment on these. Everybody commenting. Thank you guys for commenting. We love the comments. Keep them coming.
Yes,
Kevin, can you put them back up on the screen, or at least one of them? There you go. My main man Kev, thank you. It might be time for him to go. I don't know. Can you put some other ones up there? There you go. Darren, yes. 1 bad series, Philly flips out. Does Ben have holes in his game? Yes, but where would they be without him? That's a good point, too. Ben Simmons does contribute a lot during the regular season. He's just a bum in the playoffs. What was that comment? Like Timothy. Yeah, trade Simmons. Yeah, it might be coming. We're gonna call Daryl Morey on that one. I got his personal number, so I'll hit him up and let him know. Go ahead and trade that ball, Timothy says. So thanks, guys. Thanks for commenting. Who's next? I kind of lost my train of thought there. Ski, you next? Big little Ski. And the question
this was the first question.
Okay, cool. All right. So. Positives and negatives. We did that. Let's go to Big Ski. What's next for the Sixers? What's next? That's
positive and negative.
But we still doing positive and negative? My bad. I got it thrown off there. Who's next then? Who wants to go on positive and negative?
That was on me. I think that was on me. So I'll jump in.
You answered
all right. So yeah. So some of the takeaways from the season. We did win 50 something games or whatever. The season wasn't all bad. There were some positives that came out of this season. One of the big positives is Elton Brand can draft. I'm sorry, Matisse and Tyrese Maxey, they both are going to be rotational type players for years to come. So I think if they both make steps forward, this team is instantly better with just them 2 players getting better. But the other big positive I took away is that now we all know for sure, undoubtedly, Ben Simmons is not a point guard. I think that whole point forward thing is over. It's got to be over. So I look at that as a positive from what I've seen. And I was also impressed with Joel Embiid. Man, he did things this year, and he raised his game. He wasn't bitching a lot or anything like that. I mean, he played hurt for us this year. I mean, despite him taking falls like 4, 5, 6 times a game, I was really impressed with Joel Embiid to keep getting up and going because, every time he falls, we look and say, oh, my God, is he going to miss another 5 to 10 games here? It only happened like really once this year. Other time was like a COVID scare or something like that. So those were my takeaways. I'm excited to see what they do in the draft this year coming up, because I think we got pieces here. I absolutely think we have pieces here to definitely get out of the second round. But that's pretty much all I got. I seen some good things out of us this year. I don't know. I guess it's on low skate now.
So the good things out of this season, obviously, we were number 1 seed. We came into the season ready to show that we are ready to be a team that contends. We're ready to show that the league that we're not just going to be a team that's just going to be in the lottery or just, be a team that's just going to be corny for the rest of, however long Embiid and Ben and Tobias stays. We're going to be contenders. The second thing is, like you said, Joel Embiid. He showed that he's one of the best players in the NBA. He finally said, all right, it's time for me to dominate and show I'm ready to be one of the faces of the NBA. He made a big leap this year with his consistency, game in and game out. He pretty much showed up every game. Now, obviously, he's not going to play good every single game, but he played good pretty much the whole season. He was a major factor to why we were number 1 seed. And next, I want to say, before this series, it was Tobias Harris. He showed up for pretty much the whole season. He came in. He said, "It's ready for me to be that second role in the scoring," and he was ready to show that he was ready to pick up that second player or second scorer option. So those are my takeaways from the season. Go ahead, Dad.
Okay, well the negative, I'm gonna go. Me, everybody knows me. I'm negative, so I'm going with that. This is the year we needed to win. Next year, the Lakers going to be back and Brooklyn going to get better. This was it. This was it. If you can't beat these teams, come on, man. You got to beat these teams. There's one superstar left, period. Now, there's some up-and-coming superstars, Trae Young, but there's only one real superstar, and that's Kawhi. That's it. Kawhi better win or the league's about to change. Somebody else is about to get it ring. Somebody else is about to be on the news, on TV, commercials. You know what I'm saying? Because if Kawhi do it, the league will go back to where it was, and I think we're safe. If anybody else win, next year is Brooklyn and going to get better. This year they just got them guys. They gave up the world to get it. Next year they're going to go out and draft who they supposed to draft, these role players. And then the Lakers are going to be healthy. So, okay, I'm negative. So they should have won. That's it. This was it. It was the easiest it's going to get. So, okay, that's mine.
Got you. First of all right, Vaughn, I see you not on the screen, but on the chat. Thanks for chiming in. Because of Ben, Maxey, put that back up there. Maxey will be traded also, a negative. Well, we're going to have to package some things, so we don't know who's going to be here next year. People might want Seth Curry. You seen how good Seth Curry played. He might have some value. So you never know. Let me give my reasons. Listen here. Coaching, one thing we learned from this season is that the coach, the general manager, found out that Ben Simmons is not that bull, right? They never experienced it. We all experienced it. We saw it the first year against Boston. We saw it again against Kawhi. We saw it, we saw him hurt last year and didn't play. And we've seen this charade before. We've seen it. So we all knew what Ben was. We all pretty much figured what was going to happen come playoff time. They was going to put the wall up. They was going to do what they do to stop us. And it happened again. So they found out, though. Now the general manager knows this ain't the squad. We're going to have to change some things up. Or we're going to have to add another superstar with Ben, or we're going to have to get rid of Ben and get a superstar. One or the other. Joe needs help. Joe needs help now. This is his prime. Joe is there. He's ready. We need to surround him with the best players, and getting rid of Ben might be part of that. So they found out. That's one positive that I think happened. And we found out that Embiid is that bull. We found out that Embiid can carry a team to, maybe not deep in the playoffs yet, but he can definitely carry a team. He's an MVP candidate. And we didn't know that before. We didn't know if he could actually sustain a whole season where he was going to be 30 points a game, basically, and hold up and do his part. And he did his part. Even though we lost this series, he had 30 every game, damn near. He tried his hardest. He was out there. That defense is a little suspect, but I kind of think that's coach telling him to back up and guard. I don't know. It's very confusing because sometimes the lob over worked, and then sometimes Trae Young just did his little floater, and that worked. So we got to tighten up some things on defense with Embiid. But overall, offensively, Embiid is the man. And I think we can win a championship with him. We just got to surround him with the right players. That's my positives from the thing. And one other thing, we need a better bench. Our bench is we gotta get rid of a couple dudes. We gotta add a couple dudes. We need some toughness. We need some more scoring off the bench. And that's what I think. So,
and real quick, I don't want to rebut you, but I want to kind of add on what you're saying. Our 6th and 7th guys have to be starter caliber players, is pretty much what you're saying. Because, like you said, in the playoffs, we're going to have to shrink our bench anyway. So our 6th and 7th guys have to be starter caliber players. And that's what I'm
good point. Very good point. But will Doc still play 10 next year, even though we got 2 starting caliber players? I don't know. We got a lot of issues, gentlemen. We got a lot of issues. What is next for the Sixers? What's our next move? What's our next step? What do you think is, the exit interviews have just happened or they're about to happen? What's our next move? I'm going to go to you, Big Ski. What should we do?
Well, before I say that, we're getting a lot of responses here. And I'm getting responses that got my name on them. And I just want to say, I'm not being negative. I'm being real. Okay.
Yeah, there goes Darren right there. There you go.
Okay. So somebody else agrees with me.
Fat Daddy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not being real. I'm just being honest. So now I'm just going to say with that, and then I also see that Steve has also commented, and he wants to say that nothing was good. We just lost to Atlanta. So I'm just going to recognize him as well.
That's a good thing. Yes.
Thank you for everybody once again. I mean, we're getting a whole lot of responses tonight, guys. So I really think, I'm really enjoying the responses that we're getting. I thank everybody. But now let's go back to the show. What is it that you add?
What's next? What's next for the Sixers, big guy? What's next?
Okay. Here's what I'm going to go with what's next. The Sixers have to get rid of Ben Simmons. Now, who do I think they're going to get rid of him for? Now, I'm just going to what I think the type of player that we need. Now, I'm going to use a specific name. I don't necessarily mean this particular person, but his style. A Draymond Green type of guy. Now, I know I've heard Damian Lillard, which I would love, and Beal, because I would love him too. But I think what the Sixers are missing is a tough guy. So I got other guys. I have Smart. I have,
Marcus Smart.
Yes, from the Boston. There are other guys that are tough guys.
How about Kyle Lowry? He's a free agent.
He has to be a guy that can score.
Kyle can score.
Right, nah, Benke, he scores better.
He's getting old. That's what I know.
We need a guy that at the end of the game can go, even if he don't got 30. Jimmy Butler. That'll hit that shot.
Chris Paul.
You take over at the end.
Chris Paul.
Right. But he has to have heart too, because he has to be able to be not the superstar, like Chris Paul. Did y'all just say that? Somebody,
yes.
Right. How he's not the best player, but he's the leader.
Yeah.
And at the end, he'll go do it.
Yes.
And
he's capable. Capable of doing it.
Jimmy Butler is that too, where he's not the best player, but he's capable and he got the mouth. He has the heart. Draymond Green is like that, can't really score, so we really don't like that because it's not going to give us any more scoring. You know, Kyle's going to give us a little bit more scoring, but
yeah, you don't want him having the ball at the end. I don't think.
We need that guy. We don't have a captain. We got superstars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our captain is the coach, and he too nice. I'm going to start to think Doc Rivers nice. You know, when he coach, he plays people. Coaches don't play people. I've been involved. They be like, especially in the playoffs, it'd be like 2-man rotation. You'd be like, wait a minute. Can you play with 2? They don't play nobody. No subs. Nobody in. Nobody. You know what I mean? That's how coaching, but he plays too much. So that's what I think it is. It has to be, we got to get a tough guy. Just one of those type.
Mentally tough.
Mentally tough. The other guys are scared of, actually. You know what I mean? You know, I heard Jimmy Butler told Abato he was a punk or something. What is that?
Adebayo?
Yeah, what did he say, Ski?
He said he was playing soft, pretty much.
Right, on TV. You can't say Adebayo will kill you.
No, you won't. That's Jimmy Butler. He's the star player. Adebayo be out of here.
We need that guy who's tough.
All right, I got you. We got to move on. On. Quaz, go ahead. What do you think?
All right, I kind of thought about it in a sense of exit conversations. Like, you know, they do an exit interview or exit conversation with their players. First and foremost, Matisse Thybulle has got to learn how to knock down that 3. If he able to knock down a couple more threes next year, again, that will go a long way for this team. A long way. I think that's all he needs to work on is his outside shooting and penetrate into the basket. I don't need him to worry about too many other things. His defense is already there. He has to become a stronger offensive player if he want to have more meaningful minutes, especially down the stretch. The other guy is Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, I would like to see him develop his game over the summer. Don't take the time off. Develop your perimeter shot because I need him on the floor a little bit more because he's part of the big future, in my opinion. As far as what was his name, Tobias Harris, I don't know. Maybe he just go ahead and work on him, and Joe can work on cardio. But the obvious person that we need to talk about as far as moving forward is Ben. And all the talk in Philly is, do you move Ben? What you move him for? And the different names that come up. Again, as a Ben Hader, resident Ben Hader, I think that time has passed. I don't think you move him. What I believe you do is move him down to power forward. Now, that for Ben, that means he has to learn the game from a whole different perspective. And I think I mean, you gotta bring somebody like in a Charles Barkley to work with him. So not Charles Barkley, trust me, because they wouldn't get along. But somebody who played that position like a mailman, or he could be a decent power forward. He's closer to being a decent power forward than a decent point guard. So I need him to move out of the way of point guard position so we can get another ball handler on the court. So maybe we ain't got to go so deep into the bench next year because we're doing it because of him. And I think as far as trade, if there was a trade sitting out there, I ain't going to trade him for a bag of chips because everybody real pissed off right now because how things in it. I'm not trading him for a bag of chips. I do see that 6'11" guy sitting there who can run like a gazelle and do some of the things that he can do. If there was a trade, I would love to see a move like him and Shake Milton for Zach LaVine. Again, I think Dame Lillard is a pipe dream. I think Bradley Beal is a pipe dream. And I'm not going to take a step back with a Draymond Green because Draymond Green is what Ben can be. I already got a younger one right here. Why would I trade him for it? You know what I mean? So
Kev just commented. Mention that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what it would be. I would have to teach Ben basketball from a whole different perspective. No more looking for the pass. I need you to develop. He showed that he wanted to start that little post-up game this year. He tried to add in that little baby hook joint. Don't worry about shooting the damn ball at this point. that ship is sailed. I don't need that. I need you to be able to work in the post and see it from the post. But if you grab it off the backboard, yeah, you can go with it. You got the handles, go. You know what I mean? Still be that transition boy. But I don't need, after every point, you running back there first talking about some here, give me the ball, give me the ball. No, get your ass down there, man. Get your ass down there. I need them to see it differently. So those will be the moves I would make.
All right, got you. Ski, what you think, little Ski? Try to keep it short, bro. We're going long here.
All right, to go off of what Quad said real quick, I wish we could add somebody like to Ben Simmons, like we can add what we need and keep Ben Simmons for him to play the 4, but we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to trade him for someone we need. The best possible scenario, obviously, is Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, those type of players who can score 30 whenever they want and can get their own shot. But that's what I want us to do going into next season. If it takes to trade Ben Simmons, then we have to do it. We have to get somebody who can just score 30 and get their own shot within the pick and roll. Those are the type of players that win nowadays. Those are the type of teams that win. Like Trae Young can do it. Paul George does it. Kawhi Leonard does it. Kevin Durant, James Harden, players like that. Those players can get 30 whenever they want off the dribble. That's the main emphasis we have to go for this year. Someone who can get their own shot. Got you. Point guard.
Got you. My opinion is our next step is probably going to be to trade Ben, but I think we're going to wait until the middle of the season because he always plays well during the beginning of the season. He always averages 16, 17, lots of assists, maybe a triple-double sprinkled in here and there, and then his value will go back up because some team will say, oh, we can get him to do that during the playoffs. What they don't know is what we know. It's even worse in the playoffs. It doesn't get better; it gets worse. All his go down, and I have a controversial opinion about that. Let me mention this. Steve says it doesn't matter what position you move him to. Embiid is on the floor and occupies the same space. Good point. Embiid has to hang on the perimeter a little more because Ben has to be by the rim. So it's a good point.
Look at Milwaukee, though. Look at Milwaukee. They'll use Brooks. They'll use what's the big twin name? Who's that center of Milwaukee? What's his name? Lopez. They'll put him over in the corner. He shoots corner threes. So there's a big court out there. You do not have to play the top of the key or down in the post. You can move him off to the side, and you can still be effective. You know what I'm saying? So Ben, there's no for Ben. Either one of them, they both turn the ball over too doggone much to be playing on the perimeter. Both of them got to get off the perimeter. Both of them. Would I break up? Did I break up? Am I still there?
No, my mic went out. Sorry about that. Listen.
I was commenting on Steve Jones.
Yeah, Steve Jones, exactly. Well, my big point here. This is a kind of a big one. This is my conspiracy theory, right? I think that Ben Simmons is trying to pull a Carson Wentz. I think he's trying to get traded. You do not drop your percentage from free throw from 60, which is not good, but to 30. Unless you really do not care, it's not that big of a deal to you, so it's not that emphasis. I'm saying that he is actually trying to play bad so that he can be traded. He's tired of playing with Embiid. Embiid takes all the glory. You never hear anybody talk about how Embiid had 8 turnovers and all this stuff that Embiid does wrong. You never hear about that. You only hear about Ben. Even on good nights, when Ben has good nights, people talk about how bad Ben is. So the Ben haters are out there, and they're going to drive this dude right out of town. And he knows that he can get traded if he plays bad. You know why? Because Carson Wentz got traded because he played bad. So why can't he do the same thing? In my opinion, he's trying to be traded. He's trying to go home to L.A. or some other city and then go to L.A. His main goal is to get to L.A. And he never really wanted to be here. So let's remember that. The conspiracy theories are running rampant right now, but that's one of them that's been put out there, and I'm putting it out there, that Ben don't want to be here. And he don't care as much as everybody else because he never wanted to be here. Everybody else is putting their heart into it, and he's like, maybe I'll try some nights, maybe not. I don't know. So, the teammates don't like him for that reason, I think. And he wants to get out of here, man. especially in
1 foot in bend.
Are clashing right now.
That's what they call 1 foot in bend. That's what it is.
There you go. There you go. Good.
1 foot in bend.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So let's have a little discussion about one more thing about Ben. Stephen A. found out today, he got a text from somebody in the organization, very, very close to the organization, who said that Ben Simmons is not a hard worker and he's babied by his family. His family, he doesn't have any handlers who are not in his family. So there's nobody to say, Ben, you're doing this wrong and all that kind of stuff, because they all want his money. Like, they all on his side, and they all, they're his family. So they're really not going to give him the real opinion because they want to stay on the gravy train. So, he needs somebody that's going to tell him the truth. Bro, you got to work harder, do better, something, but there's nobody there to tell him that. So Stephen A. got that text today. What do we think about that? Let's just have a roundtable discussion. Anybody got something to say about that?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think it's true?
First of all, he said somebody close to the organization. That could be another news writer. It don't necessarily have to be somebody in the organization. He said somebody very close to the organization.
Nah, I think it's somebody in the
close to the situation. So close to the situation or close to the organization. He said something like that. He didn't clarify if it was somebody who was employed by the Philadelphia 76ers. So I usually don't chase the carrots. But somebody dropped that out there because they're trying to fan the flame right now. They like, yo, the whole city want him out right now. Here's more fuel for you. Here's more fuel. Take it. And then and my whole thing is, whoever's conducting that, be careful, because if that's happening, they trying to get him for pennies on the dollar. And I would say, wait, hold on 1 second. I don't care who said that unless you put a name to it. If you just tell me anonymously, somebody close to an organization, please, man, please. That could be anybody. That could be Rich Hoffman. You know what I mean? It could be the late Phil Jasner. I don't know who he got that from, but he didn't clarify if it was an executive or a player. So for me
but
right
the
now,
point is that he's not a hard worker. What do you think about that? That he's not. We see him before the games, shooting the jumper.
A reporter can say that. A beat writer could say that.
True.
A beat writer could say that. But I mean, as far as working hard, I don't think he worked hard on the things he needed to be working on. I think he worked hard on dribbling up the court. You know what I mean? He should have been working hard on the mid-range game and finishing around the hoop. But he didn't work on that stuff. If he worked on that stuff, it would have translated. So I think I'm sorry, go ahead, Lucy. You got it.
I'm not going to say he doesn't work hard. He just doesn't work on stuff he needs to work on. But on defense and rebounding and assisting, he's out there giving it his all. I'm going to say that. On defense, he gives it his all. So I'm not going to say he doesn't work hard. He just doesn't work on the things he needs to do to get better. So if that falls under work hard, then okay. But I think, to break it down more specifically, he doesn't work on the things that he needs to be better at. He works hard, though, at the things he does well. I will say that.
Well, I think that I'm just going to give out what based off of those reports. I got some reports that what he's doing now, because Doc Rivers talked about how he needs to work on this and he needs to work on that, and what he decided is he's already in Australia working with them. So I agree 100% that he's being baby, because that's why he's there now. He already there, being where he can control it. He didn't go to who we should go to, LeBron James camp or something. I don't know you should go somewhere with this. He went to Australia. He's already there.
Because he gonna go play golf. The season's over. He ain't gonna go right into the gym. He need a month off before he get right back to the court. He out.
He can control it. Now all of a sudden we got this baby message, but it's because he's already there. Like, he's actually already there. And it says he's going to do his work out there, and he's already working with the Australian national team to, and that kind of stuff with them people. And he's already there. He left already. How long ago we lost? 2 days ago? It takes 3 days to get to Australia, don't it?
Tyrese Maxey, listen, when Tyrese Maxey came, he brought his parents along with him.
He left at halftime.
Right, because he had a tea time, obviously.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
look, all athletes are surrounded by their parents all the time. Young athletes, all athletes are surrounded by families. So what he's surrounded by, I mean, unless he's being insubordinate, there's nothing wrong with having your family. And Iverson was around forever.
But it's not just his family.
It's
They're his
when
coaches.
your dad in charge.
His off-season coach is his brother.
Right.
Still,
that's not good.
With that.
Yeah.
I thought he went to that other ball, Drew Anson. I thought he went to that other ball, the shooting ball. I thought he went to that shooting ball.
Last year he went to the shooting ball. He did, but that didn't help none. Yeah. He didn't shoot this year. He didn't. He didn't.
Let me just say this: we're brothers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I could coach you. You'd fire me though.
Yeah, but you're a coach. Yeah, but you're a coach. His brother's not a coach. His brother's just some white guy.
I'm just some dude. Because it's his brother, he can't be his coach because he's going to enable him because in all of that.
Enable him, but he doesn't know anything about basketball. What does his brother know about basketball? His brother's not in the NBA. His brother's not. If it was his dad,
I just thought you meant it was because it's your brother. You know what I mean?
No.
I would get fired.
He hired his brother to be his coach so he could pay his brother without just giving him the money. You know what I'm saying? So now he's got a job. His job is to teach me how to play basketball. What? Like, your brother is not good. Your brother has no experience. What is you doing?
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay, got it.
This has been a great show, guys. Listen, this is crazy. Let's go to Current with Quads next.
It's over. It's over.
What are you thinking about, bro?
Look, here's the thing. It's not enough time for a long Current with Quads. So we just going to say happy belated Juneteenth. It was a big time weekend. I learned a lot from my family this weekend, and Father's Day to all the fathers, good fathers, bad fathers, all y'all. Happy belated Father's Day. But right now, I need to go ahead and wrap this up so I can get to the next episode of Dave. In case y'all ain't know, this is the young white boy Jewish rapper from Cheltenham, PA. He out there killing it with this little TV show called Dave. It's on FX. If you get a chance, check it out. It's pretty slick. So I gotta get to that right now.
Before you go, let me just interrupt real quick. I want to just say this is going to be the last show, obviously, that we're going to do for season 1. And we're going to come back for the Eagles. And, we're going to be back for everybody, and we're going to start up for the Eagles. And I just wanted to throw that out there so that, we want everybody, again, to stay with us. And, that's what we're going to do. So thanks. Go ahead.
And definitely on behalf of, and definitely don't forget our big homie, Herb. We see you out there, Herb. Thank you for a wonderful season, cuz. I can't wait till we get back at it next year, cuz this is going to be fun. Let's go ahead and turn up on YouTube, y'all.
Yep. Ski, you got something to say, Lil Ski? Little thank you.
No, just to back off everything they said. Thanks everybody tonight was one of the most busiest shows we've had in a very long time. Right. And I think it was because we started using YouTube, I believe. I think that's just the reason why.
Because we lost.
It could be because we stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It could be because of that too. But I think we're now starting to reach out to newer platforms and reaching newer people. Absolutely. So I just want to say thanks, everybody. Keep subscribing. Make sure you go to our YouTube and like and subscribe to that too, because that's our new platform. And we're still keeping Facebook as well.
I was about to say the same thing. Wrapping up, please subscribe. Follow us on social media. Answer Ever Podcast. Facebook, mine is Zy Pratt. On Instagram is Diaz for Money. This is the last show for a minute. We're going to bring it back when football season comes around. Everybody's going to get their acts together, and we're going to come back with a better season next year. This is our first try. We've made some mistakes, but we also improved a lot during the season. So thank y'all. All right. And we out.